All right, thank you again for joining me with Nemesis Group. I really do appreciate you being here and watching this. I know in the last video I did mention that I was going to be doing a string of emergency preparedness and survival videos. That is coming, so do look forward to that. But today I want to talk to you about the basics. Oh, the basics, yes. Basics and fundamentals, so very important. You have to master the basics and fundamentals of anything that you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's fitness and health, nutrition, combatives, firearms, force-on-force training and tactics. If you're an accountant, if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, there are basics. If you're a postal worker, it doesn't matter. If you are serving, food at a restaurant, there are basics that are involved. You learn the basics first. Why are the basics important? Because it's the basic, and I hate to use the word to define the word, but it is the bare minimum building blocks of whatever you're doing to develop a strong foundation. If it's nutrition, your basics for nutrition, your fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. And you'll get into micronutrients and all that, and it can become complex. But those are the basics that you need to know. If you're involved in combatives, typically the first thing you're going to learn is the jab and the cross. Jab, cross. Then you'll get into the hook. And you'll get into the uppercut. But those are the basics. And even to break it down simpler than that, the basics of any combatives, I've studied and I've been a part of many different forms, many different styles, is everything comes from the hip. Everything comes from the body. So it doesn't matter if you're throwing a kick, if you're doing a round kick, you're turning your hip into it. That jab is coming from the body. That cross, again, you're turning that hip. Everything comes from the hip. That is the basics. And you have to master that. If you're involved in firearms, and safety first, it is clear, it is empty. There are no rounds in my firearm. Camera person, can you verify that?
Yes.
All right. Basics of firearms, we're just basic drawing. Want to get a good stable stance. Want you in smooth motions, smooth movements and motions. Hand comes up, hand goes onto your weapon. You come up, hands come together, and you punch out, eyes on target. Come in, bring it back down into your holster. That's the basics. When it comes to strength and running, there are basics to your form. You have to get the proper form down. Speed will come, strength will come. The fluid motion and movement will come. Stability will come, but you have to master those basics. You have to master the fundamentals of whatever it is that you are doing, whatever it is you are involved in. Everything else comes with time. All the advanced techniques and advanced skills and the advanced methods all come in time. But guess what? All of those advanced skills, techniques, and methods all stem from the basics and the fundamentals of what you're doing. Axe kicks, and jumping back kicks, spinning back kicks, and everything else. But guess what? It all came from the basics first. Jumping round kick. Well, guess what? You got to learn that round kick first. You got to learn those fundamentals, where to plant your foot. And even as far as we've come with combatives and technology and science, we don't start anyone learning from the advanced stuff. It always stems back to teaching from the basics first and working your way up. You need that foundation. You need to master those basics. When you are dead tired and you're on autopilot, your body will fall back to your training, but guess what? Your body will fall back to the basics. The basics will never fail you. That's what I love about the basics. Tried and true. They'll never fail you. The fundamentals will never fail you. Now, don't get that confused with being outskilled. Somebody might be a better mathematician than you, a quicker mathematician than you. They can do equations in their head faster than you. Someone might be able to outbox you, outfight you. Don't confuse with being outskilled with the basics failed you. The basics will never fail you. The basics, for the most part, for all intents and purposes, outlast time itself. The basics have been around forever. Molecules and atoms. So, this is why the basics and fundamentals of learning them are so important. I know everybody wants to start at the end. They want to start with the flashy stuff, and they want to get straight to the advanced stuff that they see. But guess what? Before anybody got to where they were at, to becoming champions, award winners, Nobel Prize winners, it took them time and time and time of mastering and working on the basics and fundamentals, repetition after repetition after repetition, thousands and thousands and thousands of times of doing things, thousands of hours being invested in just the basics and fundamentals alone. So, when it comes to room clearing, now everybody wants to do that dynamic room clear, everything that they see. Well, yes, we can do that. We can get to the point where, imagine, if you will, this is the entryway here. I'm up on the entryway. The door comes open. I'm here, and yeah, I go straight in. And that comes with time. Or I can come to the entryway, open the door, and then the basic fundamentals of slicing the pie, one step at a time, getting that picture, coming in, and then moving. The basics of room clearing, slicing the pie, getting that picture, little by little. It all adds up, it all counts. But you need to master the basics of fundamentals. So that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you joining me here. Please like, share, join, follow, all that good stuff. I do greatly appreciate it. It helps me out tremendously. And if you have any suggestions, leave me a comment. We'll discuss it. I'm open for everything. And again, look forward to the survival videos that I'll be putting out soon. They're coming real soon. And it's basic, emergency preparedness. Hurricane season, Hampton Roads is among us. Hurricane season lasts most of the year in Virginia and in the Hampton Roads area. So, again, thank you again. Have a good one.